But yeah, I'm very, very colorblind. That
Yeah, I would call this, if this is like a paint swatch, like a midnight thunderstorm.
Midnight thunderstorm. I love that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason I get lucky with like picking out colors and stuff like that for like walls. The bathroom was one that I had from my old apartment that I picked out for my room, and I only picked it out because it was called green smoke. I was like, weed, get it? Yeah. But it turned out to be like a really kind of cool color, like a grayish green. Actually, maybe, not quite close to that.
To this?
Yeah, I should stop trying to compare colors because I don't know what I'm talking about.
That would be a good like house makeover show. Like you would be
colorblind.
Yeah, and they're like, wow, he's a genius.
I kept trying to, like this savant just picking out wall colors. I tried to like rope people into like helping me pick out colors, paint and stuff like that. And everybody kept bailing on me. So I was just like, you know what? All right. I'm the one who's going to be living here. So,
yeah, that's true.
Like that painting that my friend did for me, I thought that was like a bunch of blue in there. And apparently it's a lot of purple. So
it is. Well, just like the background is. Okay. But other than that, there's a lot of blue.
Okay. Yeah. See, I thought the background was super blue. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I'm glad.
What a fun house you
had
for you.
The living room worked out because it's like, well, they say it's like blue. You know, when you go to the store, it's like, these are all the blues. Like, thank you. That makes it easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aww.
I know I want blue.
Yeah.
That's a color that a lot of people like.
Yeah.
I don't know what it looks like, but.
Oh, man. Well, you have to get those glasses.
Yeah. My friends keep talking about buying them for me.
Well.
Exactly.
Where is it?
I'm like, yeah, that would be amazing. Don't you want? I want to go viral with me like crying because I finally see the world the way it's meant to be seen.
Like, it's ugly.
Yeah, I don't like it. No. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Human Interaction Podcast. I'm your host, Andrew Hambone Hambleton. Today, I have Jackie Benhayen in the kitchen.
Woo!
Woohoo! What's up?
That was me cooking.
That was you cooking in the kitchen. Nice. Nice.
Me cooking bacon.
Fucking DJ Jackie Ben.
That's me.
Yeah, Jackie's a Lancaster comic. You live in Lancaster. Yeah, we talked about this when you got here.
Yes.
Originally from the Philly area, right?
Yep.
Cool. I remember these things.
Northeast, baby.
Ooh.
That means anything.
Right. Well, that's like where they get crazy when they win championships, right? Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, and I referred to her as DJ Jackie Ben because she also runs the music most of the time at the open mic at the Chameleon Club / Lizard Lounge on Monday nights in Lancaster. So you should show up to that because otherwise it's just comics being real sad.
Yeah. I try my best. I have like a playlist of songs that I want to play. I have like open mic playlist.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I have one before and then during and then after.
Ooh.
I have a lot of time on my hand.
Yeah. Well, you know, music is the universal language. It's what gets people going.
Yeah.
I feel like I always bail early. Like, yeah, I'll hang out like a little bit afterward, but I mean, usually I have to work on Tuesday, but I don't know. I feel like I'm like missing out on hanging out with people and like being friends with all the other comics, you know?
Right. I mean, I feel like you're not missing out much. I mean, it's not like, whoa, like this crazy thing happened.
Right.
I just keep drinking.
Yeah. Well, that's always fun.
Yeah.
It's always a good time.
It is.
Yeah, like last week, I was outside smoking a cigarette and Audrey came out. She's like, "Are you guys coming back in?" It's like, I don't know. Like, okay, well, we're locking the door. It's like, oh shit. Well, okay, then I'll go home. Like, jeez.
Turns into a nightclub after.
Yeah. Oh, I've been there when they have like DJs down in the lounge.
Oh yeah.
It's real fun. That's when I was living with the old roommate.
Ooh.
And she would convince me to go dancing, and I hate clubbing. Like that's not my thing at all.
I was gonna say, I'm like,
Yeah. I'll dance to like live music, like a band or something. Like I was in Philly last night. My friends were playing.
Oh, right.
And they had new songs that are like super funky and still like the weird proggy stuff that they normally play, but just really, really funky. And I was like, yeah, I was grooving. It was good.
Wait, what's their name?
They are called Something Like a Monument.
Something Like a Monument.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Shout out. Oh, shout out. They're the song that I use for the intro music.
Okay.
That's an old song that they did, and it's again really funky and fun and cool. And I was like, talked to Jamie, the lead singer, the guy who wrote it. I was like, yo, can I use the opening riff for this?
Yeah.
Like, I guess so. It's old enough. We don't play it anymore, so yeah.
Well, like someone's gonna be like, it's from Human Interaction.
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
out.
Yeah, all 12 people who listen to this regularly show up at a show one time and they're just like, you ripped that song off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Could happen.
It could. It very well could. No, they're great. And they're always so appreciative, like that I'll drive down to Philly on a Thursday night to watch them play at 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
But they always forget that I did that for like a year or two straight, just for open mics. Like I would drive down, do like 3 open mics, get out of the city at 2 a.m, get home at 4, wake up, drive the roommate to work. I don't say her name on this podcast, by the way. So, but you know who I'm talking about. And there's no bad blood there. I just don't. I stay away from just mentioning people by name for the most part. But yeah, we used to drive down almost every night of the week to Philly and do mics and then drive home. I'd wake up, drive her to work after, like an hour after we got home from the open mics, and then I'd go sleep for a little bit, go to work, come home, take a nap, wake up, go do it again.
Whoa.
Yeah, I can't do it anymore. I'm way too old.
Jeez, that just made me really tired.
Yeah.
Like I felt like I just did all that.
Right. Did you have a nice nap? You said you had to.
No, I did not take a nap because I was scared that I was going to sleep. I was going to sleep through this. I'm like, no.
I recently had to start waking up earlier for work, so I changed my alarm because I got too used to it and I started just like sleeping through my alarm. Oh. So now I have this really cool like it's just the stock alarm, but I'm gonna hold on.
Please play.
Yeah, it's so much fun. You couldn't even hear that. These mics suck, so. I didn't even really get sound levels, so hopefully we can hear everything. I know I have the mic set up correctly, though. So, what was I doing? My alarm. All right. The alarm song. I don't know why I'm whispering.
Just turn it into an ASMR podcast.
I thought about doing that when I had, because if I'm being honest, I think I have a pretty cool voice.
Yeah.
I have a different mic or a different recorder that I used for like the very first episode that I did. And it's got like the XY and everything, so I can like go from side to side and really make it. Yeah. Cool. Like when I was editing that one, and I love ASMR. Like I'm very like sensitive in my ears. So, yeah, I was listening to it and it's like, holy shit, like I can hear where I'm moving around the mic and everything like that. It was cool. And then it's like, well, if this really doesn't take off, I'll just start a YouTube ASMR channel.
There you go.
And whatever. My one friend, Lee, I'll say her name, because she's been on the podcast a few times now. Oh, nice. But she likes to like mic scratching and stuff like that and all those weird noises. And I don't like that stuff. I like people talking. Like I like hearing voices.
Do you like people eating?
No.
Oh my God, I hate that.
Really?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I have a friend who's really, really like, if we're like just sitting at the table, he'll like freak out. He's like, I can fucking hear you guys chewing. Yeah,
that's
like,
how.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man. No.
I won't like. I'll just.
Right. Like, I don't know if I could even picture you freaking out.
A lot of people say that.
Yeah.
Like, I can't picture you being mean. And I get there. I remember I always give this example. It was high school, and it was in gym class in the locker room. Okay. It sounds like a Clue.
Yeah. With the rope.
And it was after, and I was just like so irritated because gym class.
Yeah. Well, I was a gym class star. So,
oh yeah.
Yeah. I used to be pretty athletic when I was younger, and
I can see you getting serious in games.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm competitive.
Wow.
I'm a competitive person.
So
You're like, I couldn't care less.
Yeah. We were all like getting changed,
and
it was so hot. There's no.
I bet it was.
Okay then.
Sorry, continue,
hello, cops. Can you hear me? Hello. So anyway, it was very hot in the locker room.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, it's getting so hot, so hot. And then I smelled cologne, which it smelled good, but then like it was getting too strong. I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, it's so hot. I'm like, I can't breathe. I'm like, why does it smell like a man in here? And this girl goes like, it's me. I'm like, why? I'm like, I mean, I don't care, but like, why did you spray the whole thing?
Yeah.
She's like, I'm spraying it in my shoes. I'm like, oh my God.
Cover up sticky feet.
I guess so, but she sprayed too much.
It doesn't work, by the way.
Right.
These slippers that I'm wearing right now, I wore them too many times without socks.
Right.
They got a little ripe.
Right, yeah.
As, happens. I tried to Febreze them. Didn't work.
Mm-mm.
Just made it create a really weird mix of like smelly feet and Febreze. Yeah. So they went in the washer.
There you go.
Yeah.
That works. Yeah,
but so you like yelled at this girl? Did you get in a fight? Did
no.
You actually, man.
I just got like, ugh.
Yeah.
So like it has to build up.
Okay.
Like sometimes I'm like, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
But then, yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes someone sprays too much cologne and you're like, what the fuck? It's hot.
Yeah. I'm like, there's no windows in here. I'm like, yeah. But.
No, I mean, it takes a lot for me to, at least now, like when I was younger, I used to have kind of a short temper, but you mature a little bit and everything like that. I'm definitely much cooler headed and try to avoid confrontation as much as possible.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
Like, no, we can all be friends. Yes. We don't have to argue. We don't have to yell.
Yeah. Or I just like walk away and like, if I see people, I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to go home and take a nap. This is too much.
I mean, that's the default for everything, I think, is just go home, take a nap.
Yeah.
That's where we all want to be all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Agreed.
All right. We got that in common. Cool. Yeah. Okay. This might be a weird thing. Don't police, if you're listening, you might break in at this point. Your birthday is in October, right? Like right the day after.
Oh yeah. That's right.
Okay. Okay,
it's not weird.
Cool. Some people find it weird because that's like something I remember about people is like birthdays, especially if it's so close.
Yes.
We're both Libras.
Oh my gosh, that's why we don't like confrontation.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything makes sense now.
Yeah, that's what my train of thought was. Just like, man, that makes sense that we have that in common because we're both Libras.
Yes.
Oh my god. Yeah. Not that I really believe in astrology that much, but
it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I say that, but I did print out like my birth chart today because I was curious. I just wanted to. You
know what's actually really well? It's not that funny. I mean, it's funnier that you printed it out. But the other night, I like went through because I was like, "Mom, when was I born again?"
Yeah.
Not born again, but like when was I? when was I?
When did I find God? Yeah.
Then like I went through the whole thing, so I always forget what time I was born.
Yeah.
But
so do you know stuff about astrology? Like even just in passing, like, because I really don't know anything.
Not really. Like I can't think like on the top of my head.
Okay.
I always have to like look it up.
Yeah.
Like, oh, my moon rising.
Right. Well, that's why I wanted to.
Like Gemini? I don't know.
Okay. I'm tempted to go grab. It's like right over there.
Go ahead.
Maybe in a little bit.
Okay.
When I can't think of anything else to talk about, we'll go back to astrology, which might be very soon.
I'm here for it.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Oh, yeah,
my alarm thing. now that we're not way past it. No. That's not.
Oh, I thought that was your alarm. Like, it's
no, that's
a cat.
Just the cat. That's just the cat. And you will find she is very vocal. She has an opinion on everything, and she'll let you know.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to be her. I wish I was like her.
Right?
Yeah.
It's admirable. Okay, this is the what I wake up to every morning now.
Ooh. Ooh.
Right?
Nice.
There's no way I'm sleeping through that. Yeah.
It sounds like Glee.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched Glee?
No, I don't watch
okay. Glee. Ooh. Or like some commercial.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Or it reminds me of like Banana Phone.
Oh, yes. Oh my gosh.
Or something that would be on like a cartoon.
Yeah. Nice. It sounds like a song that like you would wake up to, and then like just everything goes bad. Like whoa, like you tripped over something, and like, everything goes wrong.
That or the Banana Phone.
That.
Dude, that would be a great sketch, actually.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Oh man, good idea.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm pretty sure LG probably has the rights to that though.
Well, you can redo it.
Yeah, I can just like
good night.
Yeah. I'm just crying, just curled up in the fetal position, crying with my cat.
Oh.
No, she doesn't sleep with me. She won't. She'll like follow me into bed, and she'll like lay there for like 10 minutes, and then she gets bored. Like if I don't pet her the entire time,
right?
She'll just like stand up and she'll go sleep in the guest bedroom by herself. It's like, what? Typical woman.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, wow, she actually sounds like me in that situation.
Wow. Yeah, she's a fickle cat, that one for sure. But you know, she's good company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She seems good company.
Do you have any pets?
Nope.
No,
I want one though. But I'm like, I want to move out.
Yeah.
Because I live with my parents.
Okay.
So like, I don't want to get a dog and have everywhere being like.
Yeah.
No pets.
Right. That's what happened when I lived with my parents.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to adopt my roommate when I lived in LA. I wanted to adopt his cat because he was moving. I couldn't have the cat anymore, and he was like, "Do you want to take him? You guys got along so well." I was like, yeah, absolutely. I love Mr. Jones. I have a great picture with him.
Mr. Jones?
Mr. Jones.
Aww.
He's an all-white cat with a red eye and a blue eye. And he had a twin brother named Indiana.
Oh.
Yeah. But I always used to sing the Mr. Jones. Yeah. But yeah,
meow, 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 meow.
Nice. Yeah, no, so I wanted to adopt him, and I asked my parents because I live. Jeez. Sorry, Kat wanted to get into the basement, and she was distracting me. Yeah, I asked my parents when I lived with them, and they were like, no more cats. Like, we had a cat when I was growing up, but she died when I was in kindergarten.
Oh.
And we buried her in the backyard. It was like right before I started kindergarten, and we buried her in the backyard. And then I started kindergarten, and like the first week we had show and tell. So like I come home and I'm like, "Hey, can I take Beastie?" Beastie was her name. I was like, "Can I take Beastie in for show and tell?" My mom's like, "Andrew, Beastie's dead. We buried her." I'm like, so? Like,
you're just gonna bring
yeah, she's my cat. You know, we were friends.
Interesting. Wow.
Yeah, that cat was like my best friend when I was a little kid. When I was like a toddler. Yeah. Cat used to follow me around all the time.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's my dead cat.
Yeah. This is my best friend, a cat that died, and we buried it in my backyard.
I spent all morning shoveling her back up.
But yeah, so they said no cats. Like, I can't adopt the other one. And like 2 days later, there was this really, really bad thunderstorm. And I'm upstairs. Like, I lived in the attic. We had a 3-story house when I was growing up. And my dad like redid the attic for me and my brother.
Aww.
But then my brother went to college. So I basically just had like a 2-bedroom apartment to myself, like all throughout high school and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Now that I look back on it, I'm like, damn, dude. Yeah, I had it made. I should have had more girls up there. Yeah. What was I thinking? I was such a coward.
You just want more cats.
Yeah. So we that night, like, I'm upstairs like 2 nights later after they told me I couldn't have the cat, and my dad like calls up to me. He's like, "Hey, we have a little present for you, or a little surprise, a very little surprise." I'm like, all right, what does that mean?
Wait, how old are you?
At this point, I'm in like my 20s.
Oh, okay.
This is after I moved back from LA.
Gotcha.
I lived in LA when I was 19, so I moved back before I even made it a year. Before I even turned 21, or before I even turned 20.
Yeah.
I moved back. So yeah, I'm an adult. Like I'm out of high school and everything. And I came downstairs and he's just got this little kitten in his hands, like little baby kitten. I'm like, what? I thought you said no cats.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, well, apparently she was like clinging to the screen door, like at the back door and just like crying, like let me in.
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess they brought her in, and then my dad was like, well, I guess we got to get a litter box, you know? And so I guess they wanted her to be like my cat, but she's my dad's cat, like for sure. She's their cat. Big old, like, well, she's slimmed down a little bit now, but she was like almost 20 pounds for a little while. Yeah.
Big cat.
Yeah. Big cat. And she does this, like, this whole podcast is just going to be visual gags about cats. She does like a Jabba the Hutt thing. Like, yeah, she just like sits like she sits like a person, you know, but then she's so chubby and her little paws like sit on her belly and she like licks herself. Yeah, it's adorable. But yeah, that was how we got that cat. Apparently one of the strays had kittens and our neighbors were feeding them, but then they went on vacation and so no one was there to feed them, and she found us, and that's that.
Oh my gosh, it's like did you ever watch The Wild Thornberrys?
Yeah, back in the day, for sure. Yeah,
it reminds me like of like the beginning, like like we found Darwin, and Darwin he found us, like whatever. Wasn't
he like the little feral kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, who didn't speak any English.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny to hear out loud.
Right. It's wild that wild. It's hey. Nice. It's wild that's that Eliza Thornberry is Lacey Chabert, who went on to be Meg on Family Guy, and she was in Mean Girls.
Yes.
That's right. Which I've never seen Mean Girls actually.
You've never seen Mean
No.
Girls?
Well, when it was released, it was like, why am I going to watch this like chick flick? Like I was in high school when Mean Girls was released. I think middle school or high school. You're younger than me, so when
it came out 2004. I remember being in 4th grade watching it.
Yeah, okay. That was my sophomore year of high school.
Wow.
I didn't realize you were that much younger than me. Damn.
Yeah. How?
I'm 32. I had to think about it.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, 6 years, I guess, right? If you were in 4th grade, I was in 10th. Yeah. I miss those days. Oh, to be young again.
Yes. Yes. Good times.
Good times. But yeah, I was one of the, it was like, why am I going to watch this like movie about girls?
Yeah.
You know, why do I want to, and in retrospect, I've heard that it's actually like a really funny movie. So
it is. Well, oh my gosh, I can't wait until you watch it.
Yeah. Well, we'll do another episode where we can just do a Mean Girls episode.
She agrees.
Yeah. I'm sure that's being picked up too. She's for some reason like she is the most audible thing every time I'm doing a podcast. I can always hear her when I'm editing. Yeah. What do you want? Where are you? She's like sitting under my chair, just meowing at me. Yeah, Lido.
Like it sounds like she could be like over there or over there, like surround sound.
Yeah,
pretty nice.
When I come home, like I park out back, so I'll come home from work, and she's usually hanging out in the guest bedroom, which faces the parking area. And excuse me, I'll get out of my car and I can hear her meowing through the like closed windows.
Whoa.
And then as I'm like coming up to the door, I can hear her running down the steps and meowing the whole time, like runs right to the door. Yeah. Girl. It's adorable.
Little Ariana Grande over here.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
Didn't she like manipulate Pete Davidson? Like,
well, I mean like talent-wise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're saying she's got a good voice.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sure she appreciates that. She also does emotionally manipulate me though. So,
oh,
you know, but she's a cat. That's what they do.
Oh my gosh, and like Ariana Grande, like she's like all about cats.
Oh really?
I thought she wore like cat ears.
I have no idea.
Or they all wear cat ears. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to any celebrities really. Right. So, plus that's not my style of music at all.
Yeah.
At all. What kind of pet do you want to get?
Dog.
Dog.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's right. You said that. What kind of dog? Do you have a preference?
I don't want a tiny dog.
Right.
Because you can't really, like, I don't know, you can't lay on them.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah.
They lay on you. That's
exactly.
If you want that, just get a cat. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so the dogs that we used to have, like, they would be like up to like my knees. So like, probably, well, no one can see, but like,
yeah.
like up to that drawer there, like the two right there.
Okay.
Like a good sized dog.
Yeah, that's like head height. You're saying.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not like shoulder height. I was gonna say that's a pretty damn big dog. Yeah, so like a medium sized dog.
Yes.
But no breed, like.
No, just as long as they like me.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about women too.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter
yeah,
as long as they like me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always thought I was a dog person, but like having a cat is pretty nice. I enjoy it. They're easier than dogs.
Yeah, especially if you live in like the city.
Yeah. And I mean, she's kind of a difficult cat because she has health problems.
Oh.
She has like a thyroid condition, and it's really expensive to get blood drawn. The medicine's really cheap, but it's really expensive to get blood work done. Mm-hmm. And the vet keeps trying to make me do blood work and everything. And like the medicine was making her sick. She had like special food, and she kept like getting sick. And so I just stopped everything and just started getting her like regular like old cat food, basically, like for old cats.
Yeah. And
she's been a lot better since I just started feeding her regular food and not giving her drugs.
Yeah.
So she doesn't take after me, that's for sure.
Yeah. Like, wow, like you knew that too well.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a weird thing where she was getting sick all the time, and then I stopped all the things that were supposed to be making her better, and she got better. And now the vet keeps calling me, and they're like, "Hey, she's due for blah 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 blah." I'm like, "Nah, no, I'm just she's 14 years old. Yeah, she's 14 years old anyway. Like, I've only had her for like 2 years. I'm very attached to her, but again, she's old when I got her, so
yeah.
I was kind of expecting her to die before this, before now, which when it came out of my mouth, I know, terrible thing to say, but with my luck, that means she's gonna live to 27, and
wow, yeah.
She's gonna Kurt Cobain it.
Yeah. Wow, rock on.
Hell yeah. What were we talking about before that I said? Oh, my birth chart. That's right.
Yes.
I'm curious now, actually, because I didn't really get to read it because I was like at work when I printed it out, and I work in a machine shop, like with a bunch of like Trump supporting dudes. So if they like saw me reading horoscope shit, I would never hear the end of it. So it was very covert op. Like I gotta print out 27 pages really quick.
What's a moon rising?
Right. Well, the only reason I started kind of getting into it is I've been listening to a podcast recently that revolves around a lot of that stuff, and the way this woman talks about all of the astrology and everything. It's like, oh, I'm kind of interested in that, like not horoscopes as in not astrology as in horoscopes, but like astrology in the context of like exchanging energies and things like that, because apparently that's what like when you get really deep into astrology, it's all about like like exchange of energy and how things bounce off of each other or work well or whatever. So it's interesting to me. I don't know. I'm letting my crazy come out a little bit in my old age, you know.
Right. Yeah. Speaking of old age, what actor? Kirk Douglas?
Yeah. Yeah,
was
he just died. Was he the good one? Is that what
you
said?
No. I know which actor. Wait, who was was it Michael Douglas that was at my work, or that it was
at
it was
work?
one
I
of
don't
the
know where
Douglases.
you work. You don't have to say it. I can bleep it out if you want.
No, it's okay. It doesn't matter where I work, but
yeah,
I think it was Michael. Wait, who's Michael Douglas?
Michael Douglas played. He was in The American President or An American President.
Okay.
With Annette Bening. That's the only thing I.
So he's
know
like
him
older,
for.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, he was at
But
my
so
work.
was Kirk Douglas.
But not like. But he wasn't as old as him though.
I think they're brothers, actually.
Oh.
I'm not sure.
Wasn't Kirk Douglas like 103?
Oh yeah. He was. Oh, maybe that's his dad. Maybe that's what it is. Anyway,
yeah.
Michael Douglas was probably at your work.
Yes. Yeah, he was wearing a shirt with like pink turtles on it.
Ooh.
Or orange.
Weren't you talking about that at the mic one night that he made sure no one?
Oh no, that was Kirk Cameron.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Kirk, you see how I got that confused, but
yeah,
we're talking about Kirk Douglas and Michael Douglas and Kirk Cameron, which, man,
it's just,
who's gonna bother Kirk Cameron? Well, that was your bit.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm like, who? And it was like in the morning too. Like it was because I remember I was working that day, and it was in the morning, probably like around like maybe like 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Where there's like already pretty much no one there. If they're all like older ladies.
Yeah.
And yeah, he had like someone like walk around, like the owner of where I work. She had to like walk around with him. It's like no one could like talk to him. Like, geez, like God forbid someone comes up to Kirk Cameron and says, "Hey,
well, that's kind of what
Kirk Cameron."
That's kind of what he's thinking, actually. Yeah. God forbid, because he went super Christian.
Yeah, that's what he was there for. He was doing some church thing
around here.
Yeah,
that's not a surprise. Yeah,
I know. Like, oh, man, wouldn't it be something cooler?
Right. Like when The Office was here, or no, it was.
Yeah, it was.
It wasn't but Meredith was here.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that for? Dancing with the Stars, something like that. Wasn't she on that?
I have no idea.
Come on, you're The Office nerd.
No, I'm not.
Oh, I thought you were totally into The Office.
I like it, but like, don't put me in an Office trivia.
Okay. Is there anything that you are good at trivia?
Probably just music trivia.
Yeah, like Jonas Brothers.
And everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, oh man.
Except what you're. So, what was Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart's first symphony?
I'm glad you asked.
Actually, it's probably pretty easy. It was probably like Mozart's Symphony Number 1.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Number 1. The Symphony Number 1.
Yeah. No, that's. I did see you at that one show in Philly.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was so funny.
I don't even like. I like Circus of I, but I don't really like his solo stuff. My friend just wanted to go, and then I just hear Hambone. I'm like, what? Oh shit! What's up?
Yeah, because so me and like Eric like walked out, and he was like, "Oh look, it's Hambone." I was like, "Oh yeah," like I thought he was saying it was someone that looks like you.
Yeah,
because he's like, "Oh yeah," like you know how you say like, "Hey, look, it's your boyfriend," like you know,
yeah.
It was like that. I was like, "Oh yeah," like. But then you wait. I'm like, oh, it is him.
Yeah.
That was. I love seeing people.
Yeah.
Out of like.
Yeah. It's like when you see your teacher outside of school.
Yeah.
You
exactly.
Know? Yeah. It's like, oh my god, they're a real person.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit! I remember seeing my 5th grade teacher. It was after I was in like 7th grade maybe, but saw my 5th grade teacher at Blockbuster, and. She didn't remember me at all. And she lived like right down the street from me, or her boyfriend did. But she was like always over there because, she was a hussy.
Half a teacher.
Yeah. She was nice. I think I had her first year. So, and I was kind of like, I was like a problem child anyway. So you'd think they would remember me, but I just remember walking up to her like, Miss Natalie. That was her name at the time. I'm sure she's married by now, but I'm like, Miss Natalie, how's it going? She's like, gave me this blank stare. I was like, I was in your class like 2 years ago. She's like, I don't know, don't remember.
Oh my gosh!
Like, ow.
You would think that she would just like say hi to kids.
Yeah. The worst part was that my mom was the one who recognized her first, and she was like, "Hey, that's your teacher, your old teacher over there. Go say hi." Mm-hmm. So I'm like, "Oh, okay. She'll totally remember me."
Yeah.
And then she didn't. It's like, "Thanks, Mom."
Strike one.
Yeah. Straight lines. It set the tone for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Hey, do you remember me? No. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's why I never go up to people.
Right.
If I'm like, oh, like I know them, but I haven't seen them in years.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, oh, if they come up to me.
Yeah. Then you're cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My friend does that all the time. It's so funny. She is Amish, and we go.
Really?
Yeah, because I work with her.
Oh, okay, right.
So I would never be friends. No. If any Amish people are listening, I would be friends with you. But we like sometimes she'll take me to like these like auctions and like there's like benefit auctions and all that.
Yeah,
they have really good food.
Of course.
And so it's all Amish people and it's me. I'm like that. And she's like, oh my gosh, she was like, I haven't seen that person in like since I was like 13. And she goes up, oh hey, how are you doing? I'm like, how do you do that? Like she does that all the time. It's so funny. I'm like, well, you amuse me. Wow.
Yeah, maybe it's something with the way that community is, you know, where they're True. Especially if it's another Amish person, they probably all kind of recognize each other because I was gonna say they all look alike. But, yeah, I make the mistake of thinking I recognize someone.
Yeah.
And then you're like staring at them for a little too long, and then they catch you doing it. And you're like, oh God, not the person I thought it was.
Yeah.
Or the old someone waves, and you're like, oh hey, and then there's like someone behind you that they actually know when they're waving. It happens to me all the time.
Oh my gosh, that makes me feel sick. I'm like, oh.
I've gotten pretty used to making a fool of myself at this point in my life, so I don't really. Unless I'm just sitting here on the couch by myself and I think of like a moment in fifth grade or, even, third grade, whatever.
Yeah.
Just when I was a kid, like something dumb I did, or even like just anything in the past, when I think back on it, it's like, oh God.
Yeah. It's like, how did that?
Yeah. I'm such, I get the cringe a lot. Like the nostalgic, it's not even nostalgic. It's like shameful. It's like shameful nostalgia.
Yeah. One time, actually, it was like recently, I thought about, I think I was in 6th grade and it was for picture day. And I had like a brown shirt and like brown hair, brown eyes, and in the background. Really? And then, well, I'm just saying because you're colorblind.
Oh, yeah. So nice. Good one.
And then the background was brown.
Oh no!
So it's just like a floating head, basically. I'm like, oh,
oh man,
we did not buy the pictures.
This is gonna come off kind of racist, but it was a hilarious moment in my French class in 8th grade. We had to do like commercials in French, and we like filmed them, and so bad because the teacher even laughed too. No. But I was working with my friend Randy, who was a black kid, and he was a very dark black kid, or dark, you know what I mean. I don't know the proper terminology for skin color anymore. But yeah, he had very dark complexion, and we just it was like 2002, so they didn't have like HD cameras and all that stuff. So we were just using like an old Sony cam, and we're in front of the blackboard, and in our commercial, all you can see is like his shirt that he's wearing and his teeth and the whites of his eyes.
Wow.
That's all. And she just like, we're watching it, and the teacher just starts like cracking up, and we're kind of like, because we made it funny because we were the class clowns, and we're like, oh yeah, we did good. We're funny, and she's like, oh no, I'm just so sorry. It's just you can only see. And she just like stopped it.
What did Randy think?
I feel real bad. We fell out of touch because of my ignorance. Yeah, he was like my best friend in my neighborhood.
Aww.
And I didn't realize some of the things I was saying were not okay.
Oh.
And yeah, eventually he just like stopped talking to me. Once we got to high school, because he also switched schools, so because they weren't starting him on the basketball team, and he was a really good basketball player. So he switched schools so he could start at another school. Oh. But once he did that, we kind of lost touch. And I feel bad. Like, I've seen him on Facebook, and I've like sent him friend requests, and he has ignored them I've done it multiple times. Yeah. But yeah, that's a very shameful part of my life. But I didn't know any better.
It's not like you're like that now.
Oh, I'm sure I am. I'm sure I say terrible things all the time without even thinking about it. But there's no hate in my heart.
Oh, okay.
You know.
Oh.
I try to better myself.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, that was. I still think about that moment when I know, like, the first time he like gave me the look, like, dude, what are you fucking kidding me? We were in like 4th grade, and I had switched schools from Catholic school and went to public school, and I lived in the big house in the shitty neighborhood.
Oh.
And so I got picked on a lot, and I think he got picked on a lot by the white trash kids in our neighborhood because he was the only black kid in the neighborhood. Oh, and so we kind of became friends. Plus we both like playing basketball, and like we played on the same team together and everything, you know. But yeah, there's just a moment. I don't even really want to tell the story because it involves language that will be taken out of context, and someone will get me fired from whatever I'm trying to do. So just know I said something very, very ignorant that I feel very bad about now. And yeah, he didn't stop talking to me at that point, but he definitely gave me the like, "Are you kidding me?" And then later when we got like older, like now he doesn't talk to me at all. Doesn't even want to be Facebook friends. So
Facebook.
Yeah, I know. But it's a bummer because he was like my best friend when I switched school in my neighborhood anyway. Like I had friends that lived in other neighborhoods that went to the same school, but when you're 10 years old, you know, you play with the kids in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
And we always used to play together. So it's a bummer.
Yeah. Oh.
It's a bummer.
Sorry for your loss of friendship.
Well, thank you. Thank you. It is my loss. He's doing all right from what I can tell. He's got family and kids and everything. So,
neat.
Yep. So I'm happy for him. He got out of that shitty little white trash neighborhood. So
yeah.
You ever lose a good friend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not like just because, like,
you just grow apart or whatever.
Yeah, like my senior year of high school, I went to CTC.
Okay.
So like, then I was like away from my friends.
Yeah.
And I was like trying to go back to like my high school. I'm like, I don't want to be here anymore. I'm like, can I go back to my high school? And like, no, too late. But like, but then I found out that like someone did do that. I'm like, why did they get to? I'm like,
right. Wait, Northeast, where
oh, no. This is here.
Oh, okay. Oh, you moved here.
Okay. When I was 10.
Oh,
so
okay.
I've been here most.
Because I remember in high school doing a, I did like the news, like I was on the morning announcements, like I was the anchor for the morning announcements.
Oh, I could. Everything makes sense now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Me being yeah. But yeah, I did that, and we had to do what they called CCNN, Cedar Crest News Network. So we had to, like, every month we'd put it out on public access TV.
Oh, cool.
Just, you know, whatever's going on in the school district and everything like that. So I went to something at the Hershey Lodge. I forget what it was, but it was one of these. It's one of those things where they're like, "Oh, hey, you can get out of school for the day and go cover this." I was like, "All right, cool." Ooh. So me and my friend went because he had his license in a car, so he drove us out there, and we did that. But there was was that Bensalem, the high school buddy bully free? I don't know. That's what I thought of. That's what reminded. I know it was somewhere in the Northeast, and it became like a big thing, like nationwide. This buddy bully free thing. It was like the start of stop bullying people in like 2004. Yeah. So I just because I completely abandoned what we were supposed to cover, and I just like interviewed this giant mascot that couldn't talk, like didn't have a voice. So it was like trying to interview the Philly Fanatic. You know? Yeah. I got in a lot of trouble. I got kicked out of that class though, because I didn't want to do that stuff. I just wanted to make funny videos with my friends. Yeah, which I still want to do. And I got a video camera for Christmas. I got a camcorder.
Nice.
So Joey Tepedino and I have been talking about doing sketches.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I know he's got some weird stuff out there. So
yeah.
And I forget how he said it to me. He's like, "What kind of stuff do you want to shoot?" You know, blah blah blah. He's like, "I'm kind of into like weird like anti-comedy, alt comedy." I'm like, "Yeah, right up my alley." Especially when you have like visual to add to it instead of just trying to do weird comedy like on stage, like anti-comedy.
Yeah. I used to do sketch comedy. Have I told you that?
No, but I think I've seen you tagged in stuff on Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah. So I started with sketch comedy. I took like the classes and all that in Philly.
Okay.
At the Philly Improv Theater.
Yeah.
And then I was in a sketch group for a couple years. And then like there was so many sketches that I had that were like I couldn't do on stage because it's like, oh, it's more like you have to be out somewhere.
Yeah.
So if you got any ideas, I have at least one.
All right, awesome.
Yeah,
I would love to do sketches. Have you ever seen The State? MTV?
Yes.
The
Oh
State?
my gosh. Yes.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Because that's I have the entire series on DVD. I was just
my friend lent it to me.
Nice.
He was like, "Here, watch it." Okay,
awesome.
Because like our sketch teacher would always like make like a reference to it and all that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
so
it's amazing.
Good.
And then so much came out of that then. Like they went on to do Wet Hot American Summer and Reno 911 and Role Models. They did a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Thomas Lennon, of course, went on and he's been in a bunch of stuff. And Robert Ben Garant has directed a bunch of stuff. David Wayne has produced all kinds of. Stella was another one.
Yes, oh Stella.
And Michael have issues.
Yeah.
I saw. We went to see my friend and I went to see them live at the Trocadero.
Oh, okay.
Michael have live tour.
Ooh, yeah. How was that?
Oh my god, amazing! They spent the first like 10 minutes. They were like riffing off of Humping the Stool. But instead of humping the stool, they were putting their stools into different sexual positions and like giving them names for like 10 minutes. That's how they opened the show.
Oh,
and it's standing room, like there was no seats, so it's just the Trocadero, like there was a concert.
Yeah,
but yeah,
interesting.
It's real cool. There's my friend and I still reference that set to each other
really?
sometimes. Oh yeah, like there's a joke. There's a joke where they were talking. I think it was Michael Ian Black was talking about how he wishes that his semen tasted better for his wife. He's like, I wish it tasted like Diet Dr. Pepper. You know, so it's like Dr. Pepper but without all the calories. And then Michael Showalter responds like, I think it would be great if it tasted like a good brisket. You know, but it's got to be a good brisket. And so
very specific.
Every once in a while, like my friend and I will just look at each other like it's got to be a good brisket. And
oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's about all I remember about that show though. It was like the first 20 minutes because we were just pounding double Jack and Cokes all night or something. And then they set up the projection screen because the balcony bar was open after you've been at the Trop, right? Yeah. So the balcony bar was open after the show, and they had Gong Show karaoke hosted by Skeletor.
Yeah, how was that? I remember I always wanted to go to it.
I don't really remember how it was. I know I signed up and never got my name called.
Okay.
But they also had it's either Rock Band or Guitar Hero. I forget which one it was. Because at that point they both had all the instruments. But they set that up with the projection screen like onto the stage, so you played from the balcony like on the projection screen.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So me and my friend were playing Psycho Killer by the Talking Heads, and this group three black girls walk up to us. They're like, "Oh, we were playing Rage Against the Machine first, and I was drumming and." They're like, oh, wow, cool. Like, you're nailing it. And I'm like, yeah, that's right, I am. And then we sang Psycho Killer with them as our backup band, like as the band.
Oh, no.
Yeah. This is real fun night. And then we thought we were going to get mugged on the way home because we just decided to walk from the Trocadero to like the art museum. late at night.
Whoa.
Drunk. Yeah. I have done dumb things like that in Philly all the time. Like there's a lot of
haven't we all?
Yeah, there's a lot of tripping on acid stories where we're just like, yeah, let's hallucinate and then walk around the city at night. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez, you're crazy.
Yeah. There's a lot of stories like that.
Yeah. Whoa.
I've parked my car and then gotten too drunk to remember where I parked it.
Oh, classic.
Yeah. Except like I didn't the one night I ended up just at a random girl's apartment. Which was awesome. And she's a sweetheart for letting me stay at her apartment. Because I was at a show that my friends were playing, and she was there. She was friends with one of the guys that were playing, and then like they worked together or something. But they finished playing, and we were going over to this like secret warehouse show that was a couple blocks away. And I was just like, "I'll drive you guys, like, so you don't have to drive your giant van that you put all your gear in and everything, you know." And then I'll bring you back, and you guys can get all your stuff loaded up, and we can go, you know, wherever. So they bring 4 girls with them. So it's 7 people in my little Honda Civic.
7 people?
Yeah. 4 girls, 3 guys. Me, my 2 friends, and 4 girls.
Whoa.
Yeah. Because Jeff and Josh are good looking dudes.
Uh-huh.
And they're musicians. You know how it goes.
Yes.
Drummers. No. But yeah, so we're driving over there, and I find a random little spot to park in Fishtown. Mm-hmm. One of those little back alleys where you have to like pull up onto the curb.
Oh, yeah. I hate those.
Yeah, so I parked there, and the girl, her name was Hannah. The girl, I had given her I think she thought I was the Uber driver, because she's like, "Can I use your aux cable?" I'm like, "Yeah, here you go." Like, she's playing a song, and then like we park, and she wanted to hear the end of the song. I was like, "Well, I'm not leaving you in my car, you know, so I'll sit here and listen to the end of the song with you." And they all leave, and we both have no idea where the show is, you know, that we were going to. We just know we were kind of nearby. Mm-hmm. So song ends, we get out, we start walking, and we're like, "Oh shit, where'd they go? There's no one here. It's just empty streets." And we find this playground in Fishtown, and we just start like playing on the jungle gym and having a good time, like kids. Yeah, it was honestly like one of the best dates I've ever been on. It was totally by accident. Mm-hmm. It wasn't even a date. It ended up me staying at a girl's apartment, kind of against her will, but not like forcibly.
Right.
You know? Yeah. So anyway, we're playing in the playground, having a grand old time, being drunk, and we just hear my friend Jeff like, "Guys, what the fuck are you doing? We're over here." Like, and we like look behind us. Yeah, it's like, "Oh, that's the building they were in." Okay.
Oh my gosh, how long ago was this?
How long ago was this? 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'll never forget it. One of those moments. I don't think she listens to this, so I don't care if I say that. But I felt like we had a really good connection that night. But yeah, we went in the show. I got really stoned, and I was already really drunk, so I started like spinning a little bit and freaking out and like having a little anxiety. So I went outside and just kind of hung out until the show was over. We went back to KFN, and they went in, like I helped them load their gear out, and she like comes storming.
Kung Fu Next Time?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I love that venue. I was at Ortlieb's last night, actually. Ortlieb's is another great venue.
Oh, I was there once.
Once? For the open mic?
No, it was for Cameron Avery.
I don't know who that is.
He's, I don't know if he's still in Tame Impala.
Oh,
but he was in it here and there.
Okay.
I was already drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so much fun though.
As one does.
Yeah. It was a very cool place. I liked it there.
Yeah, Ortlieb's is great. There's a lot of good venues in Philly, really. Mm-hmm. Philly, really. But yeah, so Hannah comes storming out of Kung Fu Necktie, like very angry, very upset about something. And at this point, I realize, oh shit, I don't remember where I parked my car. and I'm like super drunk. I think we walked back to Kung Fu Necktie because we actually weren't. No, we took their van. That's right. Oh, how did that work? Obviously, I was very drunk. I don't remember. So anyway, she comes like storming out, and she's very upset about something, and I'm kind of like freaking out because I don't know where my car is, and she's like, I'm leaving, and I'm just like, okay, like, see ya. I gotta try to figure out where my car is. She's like, all right, well, I'm going back to my place because I really have to pee, and then I'll help you find your car. I'm like, okay, cool. So I'll just wait for you here. She's like, no, come with me. I'm like, okay. So I hop in her car. We drive to her place. She has to pee. We're like hanging out then because she lives in like this little studio apartment. It's only like her bedroom. Like that's all it is, a bedroom and a bathroom. And at that point, I realized I don't have my phone. My phone's in my car, I guess. I don't know it. Yeah, I don't know where my car is. I don't know anyone's numbers. She's calling my friends. They're not answering and or telling her, haha, have fun, like thinking we're going to bone or something, I guess. So we're just like hanging out and oh no, that's why she started calling everybody. It's all coming back to me.
Oh no.
So we're hanging out. The only place to sit is her bed. Okay. So we're hanging out, we're talking, and I'm a little drunk and I just kind of straight up say like, I feel like I'm supposed to make a move on you at this point. Like we're in your bed. We're both kind of drunk. Like, and she just goes, oh no, please don't. Which is, great for my confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be worse if you just like went in.
Yeah. Well, exactly.
Yeah.
You're the first woman who has been like, you're a fucking idiot. Why would you even say something? Just go for it. But I'm glad someone appreciates what I was trying to do. Trying to be polite.
Libras.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't want to be a creep about it, but again, I'm in bed drunk with the girl in her apartment. What else am I supposed to expect? Or not expect, but
yeah,
no one's expected to give anything. Anyway, so she says like, no, please don't. And then she's like, okay, you have to leave now. I'm like, well, I get it, but at the same time, I don't know where we are. I don't know where you live. You drove me here.
Yeah.
I don't know where my car is. I don't have my phone. She's calling my friends. They're just laughing about it, thinking, well, Handbone's getting laid. But he wasn't. And she's like, no, you have to leave now. I don't want you to stay here. I'm like, no, look, I really, really understand that. And if you really want me to leave, I will. I'll go. But I'm drunk. I don't know where I am. Like, please don't kick me out. Please don't throw me out on the streets in Fishtown. I know it's not like a terrible place anymore, but I don't want to get mugged. And so eventually she was just like, okay, like you can stay here and I'll help you find your car in the morning. So we just hung out all night and talked and had a great night. Yeah. It was awesome. Then we went and got coffee in the morning, found my car right away.
Nice.
Like instant. Like
was like she like nice? Not like I mean, not that she was like mean, but like was she like cool like the next day?
Oh yeah. No, every time she saw me after that, she like give me a big kiss on the cheek and stuff. She's like, "You're the sweetest guy I've ever met." Blah 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 blah. That night, I convinced her that she was in love with her ex-boyfriend and that she wanted to marry him. So. That's what I do. That's I get stuck alone with women and I convince them that they are in love with someone other than me. So
that would also be a very good show.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Instead of like The Bachelor or whatever.
It's the exact opposite. I choose you and you're gonna fall in love with him.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Like you said, the matchmaker.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of moments in my life that would make good TV shows. Think about it a lot, actually. Like when I think about all the things that have happened in my life, I'm like, wow, I could totally write a TV show. Yeah. If I could write. Like I'm not good at scripts. I'm not good at it.
Let's start reading about how to write scripts for dummies.
That's a good point. I mean, I know the basics of it, and I was in theater in high school and stuff like that, so I know what they're supposed to look like and how it's supposed to work. But what happens is I just end up writing a short story, basically.
Well, I write short stories that will become...
That's what my friend told me. Because he just wrote his first script that he made into a short. So
cool.
yeah, he was. Listeners, if you remember the episode with Brendan Hubbard.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. Nice. I need to record just Jackie audience. So I can laugh track it. And, oh, man. No, he's an Oscar-winning director, producer, and writer. Well, producer. He won an Oscar for the short that he produced.
Oh.
Yeah.
Congrats.
I found that out on this podcast while I was interviewing him.
Oh.
And he's like been a friend of mine for a while. Like I've known him for a while. And yeah, he's just talking about like this short that he made. And he's like, yeah, and then we won. Then we were nominated for an Academy Award, and then we won. And I was just like, oh, cool. Like it didn't really hit me when he said it. And then afterward, as I'm like editing, I'm like, oh shit, I had Oscar-winning. I had an Oscar winner on my and I know him, and he's cool, and he like gave me feedback on a treatment that I have been working on for years for like a horror sci-fi type thing.
Ooh.
Like thriller, yeah.
Ooh,
yeah,
spooky.
It is spooky. It involves demons and possession, and yeah. It's called.
Scary.
Okay, I'll break it down real quick. Just the main idea.
Oh yeah, sorry. What's it about? I always try to like ask questions.
Oh, that's cool. I'll tell you information without you even asking. That's what this podcast is about, really. Right. I have guests on, so they get me talking, and then it just ends up being me talking a lot.
Hey, no, it's good stuff.
Cool. I'm glad. I'm glad I assume you're enjoying yourself, or you'd probably be leaving by now.
Yeah. So I'd be like, wow, look at this color, look at this wall. Wow. And I just walk out the door.
Your walls are so cool. Bye. No, I always feel bad because I'm bad at making eye contact with people, especially.
Oh, I'm bad
when I'm talking. I'm sure you've noticed me like looking around the room and stuff I always feel bad. Well, I also like need to focus. Because my brain doesn't like to focus when I'm talking, so not looking at people somehow makes me focus better on what I'm saying.
No, I know exactly what you mean. Like, because I've been doing the same thing. So, well, cool place. Like,
yeah, thank you.
But then, like, do you ever like talk to someone and like they just have really good eye contact? I'm like,
yeah.
And then it makes me not like want to look. I'm like,
my boss at my job, my second job when I moved back here, I worked where my mom worked, and he's known me since I was a little kid, but everybody talked about, because once they hire you as a temp for 90 days, and then you have like the interview with the president of the company, and to see if they're going to hire you like full-time permanent. And everybody talked about his interview tactic, which was to ask you a question and then just stare at you, like just not break eye contact, just my eyes are dry. I tried to, but yeah, it was, and he's got like really, well, you actually have really dark brown eyes too, but he had like super dark brown eyes, and like he could just like not blink, just stare at you. And I would like prep people then after I went through it. I'd be like, it's just an interview tactic. He's just trying to see how much how much confidence you have in what you're saying, and if you know when to stop, and blah, blah, blah. So the one dude who started there had like really, really bad anxiety. Like there were times where he was having panic attacks at work, and I had to kind of like slap him out of it, like, dude, go to the bathroom, splash some cold water on your face, take some deep breaths, get the fuck over it. Like, so he's like getting all freaked out because he's heard how terrible these interviews are and how stressful it is and how weird it is. And I said, like, if you don't have anything more to say, just don't say anything. He's just waiting for you to be done talking. And people,
that's a good.
Yeah, and
good
people advice. Like keep going because he just keeps staring at you. And when you do that to people, they're like,
does he want me to say more?
Yeah, exactly. So he like came back from his interview, and he's like, yeah, so he definitely did exactly what you said. And I forget what he even asked me, but like I went through my answer, and I felt myself rambling, and so I just went, okay, and that's all I want to say.
It's like Forrest Gump.
Yeah. Oh man, Forrest Gump. What a great movie.
What a great movie.
Tom Hanks is just a national treasure. He is. You should try to get him on your show. I should. I did email Andrew Yang, ask if I could open for Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to make myself look like a fool. Like I said, I'll see what I can do about Tom Hanks for sure. Hopefully by the time this comes out, I can actually keep this announcement in. But I booked Liz Mealy for the Lizard Lounge.
Who's that again?
She's a comedian.
Oh, yeah. I feel like let me try to look for.
Yeah, she had a bunch of jokes that went viral. She's been doing comedy forever, since she was like a teenager. She did the feminist sex positions.
Wait, Liz Mealy,
Miele, like the vacuum cleaner.
Like a vacuum cleaner?
Yeah, Miele vacuum cleaners. They're like a.
Never heard of them.
Really? They're like
they're the Dirt Devil.
Close. Miele is like one of the. I don't know why I know this about vacuum cleaners, but it's like one of the premier brands of vacuum cleaners. They've been around forever. Okay. You know, they're up there with like Hoover and Dyson and all that. Miele's are like they were one of the first like canister vacuums.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, she looks familiar.
Yeah, I'm sure you've seen her. Like, she's had jokes go viral, and she's all over social media and stuff. So.
Oh, cool. When's that?
April 5th. I'm just waiting on T to get the ticket link and the poster ready to go.
April 5th.
She already.
It was Sunday.
Yeah,
I'll
exactly.
Wait. Yes. I was like looking at my calendar. I'm like, what's happening on the 5th? Palm Sunday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. Very well. We'll lay down palms for her to walk on.
Yeah.
I might put some palms on the stage for that. Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, I'm trying to get. It's like I said to Jared, I'm gonna have Jared host it. Because I'm not very good at hosting, and I wasn't even gonna do any time. But he was like, "Dude, you set it up. You got to do like 10 minutes."
Right.
So, yeah. Gonna do 10, and then I'll have Audrey feature, and then Liz headline. But I want to try to get bigger names down because she might draw some more people, like people who know who she is.
Yeah, where is she from?
New York.
Oh, okay. Nice. How did you get her?
Emailed her.
Oh.
And just say, "Hey, I'm booking in Lancaster." So, I feel kind of like a creep for the way that I've figured out that she might be willing to come to Lancaster, but like I saw her open for Hari Kondabolu. I don't know if you know him.
I don't think so.
He's the guy. He did the Problem with Apu, like that whole thing. It started that whole thing about the white guy doing Apu's voice on the Simpsons and how it's problematic and like he's the one. Okay. He's a very political comedian. And when I started, I wanted to be a political comedian. I wanted to be like a mix of Birbiglia, Bo Burnham, and like Hari Kondabolu.
Okay.
But that's not me at all. A little bit of Birbiglia. I do a little storytelling type stuff.
Yeah,
but
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. So I went to see him, and Liz Mealy opened for Hari Kondabolu at Helium in Philly.
Oh, cool.
And it was like a week after my first open mic, and I still have the poster signed in my bathroom with the ticket, like, because it was like the first comedy show I saw after I started comedy, and like got to meet the comics, and I was like,
that's the best.
Yeah, you know, like I just started doing open mics, and they were both like super sweet about it, like, oh man, like it's a grind, like you better be ready for it, and blah blah blah, and they like, yeah. And Liz was awesome, and so I had been following her career like since that day, since that night,
right?
And she's just always been one of my favorite kind of unknown or lesser known comics. So I was like, I want to try to get those kind of like middling acts to come. You know, they can headline, but they're not like headlining theaters quite yet.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So I want to get acts like that down.
Yeah.
That might actually have some draw. And then, you know, maybe we can start booking bigger acts.
Yeah.
Anytime, I always tell people, like, if you want to try to book someone, I will send an email. I don't give a shit. It's an email. What are they going to do? Ignore it? Oh, no.
Yeah.
You know? Like, yeah.
They have other stuff to do. Yeah.
Yeah. But the creepy way that I found out she might be interested in coming down here, I follow her on like all social media. So she posted on Instagram about running a 5K in Lancaster. Like, she has friends who live down here, I guess. She was at their wedding over the summer or like in the fall, something like that. But she ran the Lancaster 5K and like posted a picture. I was like, oh, that's this Lancaster, you know?
Yeah.
So that kind of like sparked the idea. And then I was like, eventually I finally like got to the point where it's like, I just want to do something. I just want to do something. Like,
yeah.
I don't think I'm going to make it as a comic. So I just want to do something like to have fun with the scene and try to, you know, so yeah, I would just.
Yeah, that'd be really cool to like Lancaster have more comedy.
Yeah.
Because like we already have like the music thing down.
Yeah. Yeah. And we have a great art scene too.
Yeah.
The music scene is, it's not, I don't know how to describe it. It's like, it doesn't cover all the bases really. You have like, the Chameleon is a lot of like metal now. It used to be a lot of punk. I miss that.
I remember.
Yeah. It used to be a lot of local punk too. Like now it's a lot of metal shows.
Yeah, it's a lot of metal and rap shows.
Yeah. And then, you know, places like Tellus, they get like jam bands basically, which are great. Don't get me wrong. I love a good jam band, but that's not what I want to go see all the time. And like, if it's not like roots and blues and jazz or like jam bandy or rap or metal, there's like no punk, like prog stuff, you know?
Yeah. It's so weird how that just like stopped.
Yeah. Cause the Chameleon used to be like the place in Pennsylvania, like even better than some places in Philly. Bands would be like, no, we want to go to the Chameleon.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we could do the Trocadero, but we want to go to the Chameleon. You know, something like.
Yeah, when I saw Rooney, or it was just like the main guy, I met him. He's like, are you from around here? Are you like visiting somewhere? I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like, me and my sister we drove from Lancaster. He's like, oh, Lancaster. He's like, is a Chameleon Club still there? I'm like,
yeah.
Yes. You want to come or what? Like,
I would love to like get. I don't know if it's just that's what they want to book there. That's what they think they'll draw with metal shows or rap shows or whatever. But it's like, why wouldn't you just reach out to some like bigger name? I don't know. Like they posted like, who do you want to see here this year? Blah blah.
Yeah,
blah,
I remember that post. Yeah.
Yeah. What
did you say?
I didn't say anything. Because I think I set my sights a little too high sometimes. But like I would love to try to get like St. Vincent to play.
Whoa.
Because I love St. Vincent.
Okay.
I just want to meet Annie Clark. That's all it is. Fellow Libra. She's a Libra too.
Oh my gosh, I know it. I don't know her that. I just know that with like her guitar and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, you don't really know her music? That much?
I like a little bit.
Yeah.
But I can't name the song.
Oh man.
I've heard something.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm the kind of person when I like find music that I like or an artist,
You'll write in?
Yeah. I just head first. I'll go all the way back to their first album, like listen all the way through.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, you're a good fan.
Yeah. I'm just I'll take it. I'll take the compliment.
Yeah.
Because I always think it's kind of I don't like it's almost like obsessive, like OCD. Like if I find one song that I really really like, it's like, oh, there's gonna be more. I gotta find it. You know? Yeah,
that's how I my one friend crap.
He
yeah.
No, sorry.
Crap. What I forget what the artist's name was. Oh, yeah. So she was playing like on her radio station, and then I was like, let me just like check this name out because it was a weird name, and then I looked up. It's like Rina something. It's like Rina, and then the last name.
Okay.
But her music is so good. Like it reminds me of like late 90s, early 2000s pop.
Okay.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah,
pop.
like it.
Like NSYNC, like.
Yeah, like.
Backstreet Boys, like, or not like that kind of pop, like power pop or.
Yeah, like it's I'm trying to like, compare it to someone, but I can't think of it. I hate thinking this hard. Okay, so her name is Rina Sawayama.
Okay.
Sawayama.
Okay.
But let me try to see who she is.
I wonder if that's the one my friend Does she have kind of like a Prince vibe to her sometimes?
Ooh.
Because
maybe. I never thought about that.
No, it's not who I'm thinking of. Her name wasn't like a weird. I gotta ask my friend who that was, because she was really cool too, though. Like kind of that same. It was a little more like funk, R&B type stuff.
Oh wait, I think I know who you're talking about. Was she on the Grammys?
Probably.
She's like playing guitar.
Ooh, no, I don't.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
I forget what that girl's name is. So
yeah,
that doesn't help.
It's a black girl.
Yeah, that's
okay.
what I'm thinking of.
Okay. Was that Esperanza Spalding? Is that who you're thinking of? Because I love her, but she's like pure jazz.
Oh.
Yeah, Esperanza. Well, she's like funk jazz.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw her on Colbert the first time that I saw her, and I was just like, oh, wow. Because she's beautiful, first of all. It's one of those things, it's like a siren song. You're just
right?
like, ah.
It's like, like the radar. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, no, I was saying the
Gotcha
sirens
thing,
from, like, the Odyssey with Homer. Like, the Odyssey, Greek mythology.
Oh, okay, yeah.
the stare you gave me was so blank. I was like, oh God, how do I describe the Odyssey to someone who has no... Have you seen Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Oh, kind of.
That's based off of the Odyssey.
Oh, okay.
So, when they go to the river and the women are there singing to them, and like that, those are the sirens.
That's what I was imagining.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Was it really?
No, not that. Well, I mean...
Oh, when I said...
Like my like visual.
Okay.
Like... Everyone like, whoa.
Yeah, yeah. Like turned him into a frog.
I didn't have a nap today. I cannot think.
Oh, that's right. No excuses. I only got home at 2 a.m. and was at work at 7 o'clock.
Ew.
Yeah.
Okay. You win.
Yes.
Yay.
Yeah.
I was watching TikToks all night.
You were watching them?
Yeah.
I have TikTok now too, because my friend is... My friend's older brother, who is also my friend, but he's looking at he always looks at the internet as like the next like get rich quick scheme. So now TikTok is his thing. He's constantly like sharing videos and sending me tips on like, he's sharing like comedian videos, like comedians who put their stuff on TikTok, and he's like, dude, if one person likes it, it goes out to 2 people. If one person shares it, yeah.
People don't give you credit.
But yeah, he's so my friend Johnny plays music, and hopefully, eventually, I say this like every episode. Hopefully, he's going to be doing the music for this podcast soon.
Ooh,
yeah, because he's awesome, and he's been my best friend since we were like 6 years old, and he's always been an amazing musician.
His name's Johnny.
Johnny, yeah.
Johnny. That's all I have.
I don't even know if he actually listens to this, to be honest.
And is he a good friend?
I'm starting to question. I don't know who actually listens to it. That's the thing. It's like all I see is when I look at stats is just like 12 downloads like every week. So it's like I have 12 listeners at least. There's at least those people. Occasionally it goes up a little bit, depending on who I have on. But yeah, I don't. It doesn't tell me who, and that's upsetting.
I'd be scared.
You'd be scared? Yeah,
like if I don't know if people could see what I'm listening. Well, I guess you can. Like if you're on Spotify and you can see what people are listening to. Yeah,
that's a good point.
I love doing that.
It was so. I think that. Well, okay. 2 points. First of all, depressing. I tried to do the Spotify Wrap like at the end of 2019. Oh my gosh, yes. For my podcast to see how many like plays and listens. They're like, you didn't have enough data to granted it had only been going for like a month, not even. So but yeah, then I did my like what I listen to, and I really don't use Spotify that much except for like podcasts. So like my music was like, you listen to Thank You Scientist a lot, and a lot of Coheed and Cambria. Like you already knew that. Yeah. And it's like I don't even know why I did that on Spotify, because I have all their music like in the cloud on my Google account. So right. What was my second one? Oh, the fact that you can link your Spotify now with like the dating apps. Yes. I don't like that. That helps me choose. Yeah, I imagine it would. it's just my taste in music is people are gonna be like, what? What is? I've never heard of any of that.
Yeah, like if it's like something like a totally different, like I never heard of it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But if it's like Chainsmokers, I'm like, ugh.
Oh man.
Uh-oh.
The fucking chain. No.
Oh, I'm like, I thought you wuld be like, I love that.
old roommate obsessed with the song they did with Halsey.
Lady, pull me closer in.
Yeah. I had to listen to that song because I have no backbone. I had to listen to that song so many fucking times. Yeah, not a fan of the Chainsmokers one bit.
No. I'm like, sorry if they're nice people. I don't think they are. I don't
They have the haircut that says, no, we're not nice people.
Yeah. Can you give me a we're not the nice people?
Yeah. That was a good joke that she had, is the Pidgeotto. Because it looks like a Pokemon. A Pidgeotto is a Pokemon, like the high and tight fade, which this is why I cut my own hair now. And I'm due. But this is why I cut my own hair now, because everywhere you go, that's what everybody gives you.
Well, because that's what they're asking.
No, I don't. I'm like,
what do you do?
Well,
a lot of people going like, all right.
No, well, that's pretty much what I do. Like, that's what I want when I get a haircut. Is like, don't talk to me, just cut my hair, please. Yeah, and just make it look good. But everybody,
okay, so you're like, just make it look good kind of person.
Yeah. Which is why I now cut my own hair.
You're like, make it look good. Yeah. Make it look good.
Yes, that's how it works, because it usually takes a couple days until it's like, I'm like, okay, I can deal with it. And by that point, I just buzzed it. So I might as well just start with buzzing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody tries to do the high and tight fade, and I don't have the hair for that. I have very thin, stringy hair. Mm-hmm. It's not, and it's getting thinner. It's not. It's going away. Yeah. I can't do the flip. My hair doesn't stay up and all that. Yeah. So everybody tries to do that, and I'm just like, no.
It's
also,
so
my head shape doesn't fit. Like, it's
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah. You got a fucked up head. Dude. Don't.
I always like see like, I feel like it's like mostly high schoolers now. They have like I call it the Hitler haircut.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm like,
I do part my hair to the side.
Yeah, but like,
I do like old man, like 1940s. Oh wait, Hitler. That's
yeah, but like I don't get Hitler vibes from you.
Good.
Yeah, because like if you have like,
were you around when they started calling me Hitler tits? Were you around for that one?
No.
Wait. That was one of my many nicknames that I got.
Why? That sounds familiar.
Because you were probably around when they started calling me Hitler tits.
Maybe.
Yeah, it went from baby dick to.
I remember that.
Yeah, because that's why Kate hated me for a long time. Yeah, it started there, and then it went to baby hips, and then it was lady hips because I have lady hips. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have a very pear-shaped body. I've got the pear down. Nice. Lady hips, and then Hitler hips. I don't know where this all came from. I think we were really high on Pat's podcast one time, and he was just spitting out names like boom, boom, boom. So yeah, Hitler hips, and then Hitler tits is where it ended up.
Interesting.
Yeah, which is where does that come from? You know, how does that? How do we get from baby dick to Hitler tits?
Yeah, I feel like there's like someone like in like your mind. Have you ever seen Inside Out?
No. Yeah. Who? Oh, it was that podcast I was talking about that like got me interested in astrology.
Oh.
One of her guests, they were talking about like DMT and spirit guides and stuff like that. It's really out there podcast, but it's the stuff I love thinking about. But yeah, they were talking about that, and he was like the entity. The guest said like that he always pictured the entities that like you interact with on DMT as being inside your head, like the movie Inside Out, where the girl, she has like all these different representations of different things in her body. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they're all in her head. And so that's how he like explained. Yeah. DMT's crazy. I won't get into that.
Wait, what does DMT mean?
It's a drug.
It's a drug.
Yeah, well, it's a chemical. It's a drug. But
which one is it?
Well, it occurs naturally in your brain.
Right.
So when you're in like really deep REM sleep, when you're dreaming like super deep, the amount of DMT in your brain is like multiplied like exponentially.
Cool.
Right before you die, your brain releases a lot of DMT, so they call it the spirit molecule. Yeah, there's a really good documentary on it that if you're interested, you should watch. Called the spirit molecule.
Spirit molecule.
Yeah, so it's
I'm gonna forget that.
Like ayahuasca. Are you familiar with that term? That's like the crazy shaman drink. Like people make tea and drink it, and then you vomit for like 2 hours straight, and then you trip intensely for 8 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's DMT. It's like a naturally occurring thing. Well, all drugs are naturally occurring, really. But my friend had invested in cryptocurrency back in, when it was still fresh, and the Silk Road was still going. So he bought all the ingredients and made it himself, and you can smoke it. And so he smoked it, and it's intense. It's like a complete like other reality. You completely like blast off. You're not here anymore. And there's everybody who has taken it talks about like you interact with these entities in some way. Like if you're
that's scary. Are they always like? Are they good?
Or it depends. It depends on the person, really. Like when I've done it twice, and the first time I did it, I remember like I had my eyes closed. I'm rehashing a little bit, but who cares? So I had my eyes closed, and it felt like you know how like when you have your eyes closed, you can still you can tell like changes in light, like if something's moving in front of you. So that it felt like someone was like waving their hands and like poking in my face, but I had my eyes closed, and I remember my heart was like really racing, and I started to think like, man, and I've done my share of hallucinogens. Yeah. I wasn't worried about like dying or anything like that. Like I knew it's one of those things no one's ever died from. And they don't really know if you can overdose on it. So I felt that, and I was like, I remember just thinking like, man, I don't know if I like this. This is really intense. And as soon as I thought that, like all of that stopped, and it was just I just felt like this warm, like embrace almost, like, and it was almost like, it was like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you, dude. Yeah. Like, no, we're gonna chill. We're gonna have and it only lasts like 10 minutes. It's like a really intense, like 10-minute trip.
Whoa.
And yeah, and I'm used to acid, which is 12 hours, you know? So yeah, it's a really, really interesting experience, and it's really hard to like put it into words, but that's... So
you took the spirit molecule? Is that what you're talking about?
The spirit molecule, DMT, dimethyltryptamine is what it's called, dimethyltryptamine.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Tool, the band Tool, Maynard, like a lot of their lyrics are based on like DMT trips that he's had.
Oh, wow.
So when he's talking in the song Third Eye, which is one of my favorite songs ever. One, because it starts with Bill Hicks. Like it opens with him talking, like doing a stand-up bit, because Bill Hicks is who made Tool famous, pretty much.
Oh,
because he took them on tour with him, and they opened for him when he was still alive. Like that's how people came to know Tool, was because they opened for Bill Hicks.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's cool.
I think that's how it worked. But it's a cool story regardless.
Yeah.
Don't Google that. Yeah. Again, I say this a lot. Don't fact check anything that I say on this podcast. Listeners or guests, don't do it.
Someone's going to make another podcast about all the things he said
just
wrong.
Correcting me.
In episode 7, he said this.
Yeah. But yeah, a lot of their lyrics are about DMT trips, and there's in the song Third Eye, which is kind of the second time I took it, I had kind of a similar experience that he talks about. Now that song's really, really heavy and like angry and dark. My experience wasn't that, but there's a lyric that he repeats. It says, "Prying open my third eye." And that's really what it felt like the second time. It was like opening, like it was like making me aware of like just another form of consciousness, you know. And it's yeah, I love that kind of shit. Like That's what I've been into for a really, really long time, is just exploring consciousness in general. Like, what is it? What are we conscious? Are we even alive right now? Whoa. Are we really alive? You know, and part of that is probably has to do with the amount of drugs that I've taken. But, you know,
no, it is like really interesting.
Yeah,
to like think about that stuff.
There's a I'll have to share the link to this discussion. It's a debate, but it's not really a debate because no one's like trying to make points. They're just kind of postulating. But it's a discussion about consciousness and reality between an astrophysicist and a Buddhist scholar. Because Buddhism, and this is what I've always said, because like I'm not an expert, but I know a fair share about Buddhism and Taoism and just the ideas behind that whole thing. And every time I read stuff about quantum physics, not astrophysics, which they're kind of related, but every time I read something about quantum physics, it's like, whoa, that's Buddhism. Like that's the idea of energies and exchange of energies and things like that. Like that's what quantum physics deals with, and that's what Buddhism deals with. They just have different terminologies. And so that I'm definitely going to share the link to that, because it is one of the most fascinating discussions I've ever heard.
Yeah. Definitely send it.
Yeah. So, I'm just going to share it when I post the episode, but I'll send it to you too if you want to watch it. But you know, we made it to an hour and a half.
What's that?
Oh snap! Yeah, I thought you said no stop. I was like, wow, geez, I thought this was going well. But yeah, I could go for hours and hours and hours about consciousness, and maybe, well, I'll have you watch that, and you can come back and we can talk about it. I don't know.
Yeah, and then you have to watch Mean Girls.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Recap Mean Girls, Mean Girls, and the consciousness and reality. I'm sure I could tie them together too.
Yeah, actually. I was gonna say, I'm sure you can find.
Yeah, I'll write a dissertation on Mean Girls and its effect on reality and consciousness and quantum physics, and you can grade it.
Yes, I was gonna say, oh my god, I don't want to do anything else.
Oh man, well, thanks for coming by and hanging out. Yeah, it was a really fun time.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah. I'm never sure, because I'm not like good friends with everybody in the local scene and everything. But yeah, this is really easy. This is fun. You're fun to talk.
I am easy.
Yeah. I didn't mean that. No, but it I don't know. Sometimes it's difficult, even though I know everybody. It's really easy. But you kind of just let me go, and it's the Libra. It's the two Libras. That's what it is.
I'm here to listen.
Yeah. Usually that's what I do. Yeah. But now that, I have a podcast, this is my voice.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. I feel it really does make me feel powerful and special. Nice. Yes. That's gonna be the outro music. No, it's not gonna be. I'll find something good though. What I try to do for outro music is like when I listen back to edit and everything, because I do post-production on this. I don't think I'm going to have to cut a lot out of this one, which is always nice. But I try to get a vibe. For the conversation that I had with the person, one that kind of matches up.
That's what I do at the open mics. Like
I do the same thing.
I'm like, okay, how is this like kind of like person? Oh, nice.
It is. It totally is. Not to get too into weird astrology that I really don't know anything about. But that seems to be like a recurring theme with like Libras, is trying to like find something that means something to the person, or like to attribute certain things to people, like music. Something I always did when I had like a crush on a girl or something, I made mixtapes. Like I was a mixtape dude. Yeah. But when you get into your 30s, people aren't that happy about it. They're like,
I made you Spotify playlist.
Yeah. Oh no, I would still burn CDs.
Oh, cool.
Oh, nice. You like that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I used to burn them all the time.
I don't know if I have blank CDs. Maybe I'll try to burn a mix for you.
Yeah.
Of some old school emo.
Yes. Yeah, because my car only has CDs.
Okay.
So
perfect.
I'll take anything.
Nice. All right. Well, there we go. There's my challenge for the next week until Monday. Oh wait, yes. Monday's three days from now. I gotta go buy CDs. No.
Oh man.
Yeah. Well, again, thank you for coming. Hanging out.
Fun.
I'm not gonna
Thanks
kick
for having
you out.
me.
Yeah, no problem. I'm not gonna kick you out if you want to hang out or whatever. But you can. Yeah. That's gonna be the end of the episode. So this has been Human Interaction. I'm your host, Andrew Hambone Hamilton. That is my guest, Jackie, DJ Jackie, Ben.
Yay.
Ben Hayen.
Yay.
That's
very... wait, do you not know my last name?
And listener, I hope you will come back next time.
I love you.
These thoughts keep me awake at night, keep me dreaming all day. You will never know. It's better that you left me speechless when you said you were leaving. All the things I never said, I can never say. I suppose it's fair of me to sing to you one more self-effacing song about my pain, with a melody to break your heart, just because you've broken mine 1,000 times. These thoughts keep me awake at night, keep me dreaming all day. You will never mind. It's better than all the times I was awake, trying to figure this out. Now